Good afternoon, guys. Who's working, bringing you a quick update on Bitcoin. Looking at Bitcoin to the US dollar 4-hour chart on Coinbase, and guys, since yesterday we spoke, it's just, price has just been consolidating. It's just moving sideways. I'm a little bit surprised. If we zoom in here, we had a textbook correction here to the 236. Price hit off that just perfectly by just a wick, came back up, and as I said, it's just been moving sideways ever since, guys. And if I have to give credit to another analyst, I told you guys that this looked like pure manipulation. I said it was more than likely manipulation. I missed, though. Another analyst pointed out, again, I don't want to take credit for it. This was another analyst that pointed this out. I totally missed it. But the CBOE contract expired on the 18th. They just expired yesterday. So do you think it's any coincidence that this price moved up in the day or two just prior to those contracts expiring? Of course not. This is pure manipulation. Doesn't mean that this can't spark a bull run. Doesn't mean this isn't going to spark a longer bull run, but I am very, very skeptical of this move. And we'll have to wait and see. We do have some volume that's increasing, so that's a positive sign, but we're going to have to wait and see whether or not this manipulation is just going to end up crashing down, as it has so many times in the past, or whether or not we're actually going to break above this descending resistance line, guys. And pulling out to the bigger chart, as I've showed you guys 1,000 times, remember that I do believe we're in an ABCDE correction. We have to remember we have this massive descending resistance line that's denoted here in yellow. We're getting price coming just up to the top of this line now, and pretty soon I would expect in my opinion, my bias is we're going to get a rejection at the top of this resistance line. So let me zoom back in here. So that's this top of this yellow line here. We're going to get a rejection somewhere around 7,800, depending on when it hits this line, or thereabouts. Now, if we break above this line, guys, if we get up anywhere into this zone, I'm going to start getting very, very excited. And as I told you guys in the past, then we're going to be looking to take out this prior high somewhere around $10,000. But first things first, we've got to get past this descending resistance line. And right now, guys, my bias is we're probably going to end up rejecting off of it. But let's wait and see what happens. Price is continuing to consolidate, guys. I wouldn't be surprised to see, as I told you yesterday, more than likely, I think price is going to end up correcting down into, down into this zone here between the 382 and the and the 0.5 fib, somewhere. Whoop, sorry about that, didn't catch it. Somewhere around $6,800 and $7,000, somewhere, give or take $50. That's going to be, in my opinion, that's going to be where we're going to get a nice correction to. Now, if we end up just taking off from here and coming up and testing this top, we may kind of come up. We got up to about 7,600 before. We may come up, create a double top, and then come back down. That's a possibility. It's also possible that we come back down here, test the 236 again, create kind of a double bottom, and then come back up to test this resistance. The market is very, in my opinion, we've got a very strong supply zone sitting up in here between 7,500 and 7,700. That's been tested numerous times. We can see that we've got nothing but wicks into that zone as of now with strong rejections. So that's a very strong supply zone we're going to have to get past, as well as this descending resistance. So, excuse me, guys. So, Bitcoin has a long ways to go. It's got a lot of hurdles it's going to have to get past before we're in a longer-term bull run, guys. And we're kind of just stalling right now. You can almost see the sentiment. We're not getting a nice correction like we should. We're not getting a push up. We're just kind of sitting there. And it's only going to do that for so long, guys, before it's going to break in one direction or another. In my opinion, if this thing breaks down, it's heading down here to about between 68 and 70, somewhere between 68 and 7,000. As I said, give or take $50, somewhere thereabouts. Just my opinion. It could end up taking off, though. It could end up heading up. If it does head up, my opinion, we're probably going to get a rejection off this descending resistance line, at least initially. If we get a strong rejection and coming back down, guys, this would be a very, in my opinion, this is a very good area to short. This descending resistance line is a very good area to short. In my opinion, it's going to come up, reject off of it, and you can probably make a couple $100 move right off of that. But if we're able, at least initially, it's going to reject. Now, if it comes back up, tries to test it again, and ends up breaking through, that's going to be very, very bullish. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens, guys. I wish I could give you a more definitive look on the market right now. This is a no trade zone for me, a complete no trade zone for me. I can't tell you what to do, but in my opinion, this is no trade zone for me, guys. I can see the market going in one direction or another. As I said, though, if it does end up hitting this zone, I'm more than likely going to take a short right around this area, right around this descending resistance line, around, depending on where it is at the time, around 77, 7,800 or thereabouts. Looking at our indicators, guys, we can see on the 4-hour we're still oversold. We're sitting at about 7,500. That is, about 75. That is suggesting we're going to see a correction. Yeah, we're looking at the MACD. We're very extended to the upside. We can see the MACD line is just now starting to cross over the signal line, suggesting we're also getting ready to correct. We can see that the histogram just went into bearish territory. Looking at the stock RSI, we can see that it's reaching the oversold zone. So again, all indicators are suggesting a pullback. If I swing out here to the daily, we can see the daily RSI is not quite, or excuse me, I think I said oversold before. I meant overbought. Excuse me. So on the RSI, guys, let me swing back here so I don't confuse anybody. We're overbought here on the 4-hour RSI, not oversold, overbought, suggesting a pullback. Now it is interesting on the stock RSI that we are oversold. So I think why I just got confused. We are oversold on the stock RSI. So we may see, as I said before, a quick double tap up here to the top, a double top before we end up correcting. But the RSI and the MACD are both suggesting we're going to be looking at a pullback here very soon. So swinging over here to the daily, we're reaching at about 78 on the RSI on the daily. The MACD, excuse me guys, MACD on the daily is still looking rather bullish, showing no signs of reversing course, suggesting we may get a nice healthy pullback and then a continuation to the upside. Again, though, this is all manipulation, guys. So it's just it's really at this point it's really anybody's guess. So swinging out here to the daily chart, candles here, we get kind of some spinning tops. Almost a bullish looking spinning top here, guys. So that's more of a neutral candle. So again, I mean just getting just uncertainty all throughout the market, guys. It really is. This is really just a lot of uncertainty. If we swing in here, look at our moving averages. Whoop, sorry about that. Don't know what happened there, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Got a drink of water and just zoomed in here for you to save time. So if we zoom in here, look at our moving averages here. We've got the 55-day moving average in pink. The blue line is the 8-day moving average. The orange line here is the 50-day moving average. Excuse me. The orange line is the only one that's an actual moving average. The rest are EMAs, exponential moving averages, for those that don't know. So the 55-day pink line here is an exponential moving average of 55. The 8-day is an exponential moving average of 8-day, obviously, and the yellow line here is our 21-day EMA. So the orange line is the only one that's a moving average. We can see that the price is above the 50-day moving average. That's bullish. It's above the 55-day EMA, which is also very bullish. We can see that the 8-day EMA is starting to rise above the 55-day EMA, also very bullish. So and we're on the daily chart here, guys. So this is a very bullish looking setup. At least as far as our moving averages go. It doesn't mean we can't see a pullback immediately. And again, this just shot right up. So again, this was just pure manipulation. This wasn't a healthy, market and people slowly getting in. This was pure manipulation. So we can expect that, and we can also means this is a very unpredictable zone, guys. Are we going to get people starting to take the bait and then turn this into a very healthy move, or is it just going to drop as fast as it rose? The only time is going to tell, guys, which is why I told you this is a no trade zone for me. The only thing that I'm fairly confident about is if this thing does break up, it's going to hit this descending resistance line, which denoted here in yellow, and more than likely we're going to get a couple $100 pullback before, at that point, it may continue up again. At that point, it might break, or it may just continue down. But I'm fairly certain that it's going to hit this line and at least have a couple $100 correction before it ends up breaking it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's just my bias. I'm fairly certain that's what it's going to do. As certain as you can be in this market, guys. This market, if anything, there's hardly any certainty. So zooming in here to the 4-hour, we can see price is sitting on top of the 8-day EMA. It's acting as support. Again, it's a very bullish looking sign. We can see the 200-day moving average is sitting on here at the bottom, 50-day sitting on here on the bottom, 50-day just crossed up above the 200-day. It's also a very bullish looking sign, guys. So, right now things are looking, this just looks like kind of consolidation. We're just kind of sitting here sideways, and it just, you want to see a healthy correction, guys. You want to see price come down here after this kind of a move, come down here, test the bottom, come back up, then B, and then a C right there. We're not, it's just kind of moving sideways, so it just makes me uncomfortable. Makes me, we're going to get a major move here in one direction or another, and it's going to happen probably in the next 24 to 48 hours. And, it's just, I'd like to see a little more market structure. We were getting some market structure initially, and right now it's just kind of hanging there. So let's wait and see how this unfolds in the next 12 to 24 hours. Should be very interesting, guys. Wish I could give you some more definitive answers, but that's it for now. This is Working, signing out, guys. Have a great day.